Going Beyond is a presentation of Beyond Housing, helping entire communities become better places to live with Rare Gem Productions.
We're going beyond.
Today on Going Beyond.
On today's show, we're going to talk about home ownership, but we're going to talk about home ownership particularly in one geography here in the region, a place we like to call 24-1 and the boundaries of the Normandy School District.
It sounds too good to be true, but it is true. And so how it works is from the time you move in, you instantly gain equity in your home at 1.5% interest based on the purchase price. So let's break that down. If you were to buy a home for $100,000, in 5 years' time, you would earn $7,500 based on your investment. That's pretty good.
And it's guaranteed. So
Guaranteed.
Because the land trust is going to buy your property back.
Right. When you're ready to move on, we will buy the house back.
1 year, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years?
Anytime.
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
Joining me on today's show to tell us about some great opportunities to live out your dream of home ownership is Nicole Wiseman, the 24-1 Community Land Trust Rehab Manager. Beyond Housing is going beyond.
That and more ahead today on Going Beyond with Chris Krehmeyer, right after this.
Shh, quiet down, man. What they saying? What they talking about?
Yeah, not only does trauma and toxic stress affect us physically, it affects the choices we make and it affects the opportunities that we have. For example, if I grew up in Spanish Lake, the opportunities and choices I would have as a child and as an adult would be much different from where I did grow up in Afton and Sunset Hills. So when we look at issues of trauma, we need to keep in mind that communities under stress and under constant trauma, the choices and opportunities differ.
Man, you gotta be kidding me. All this time we've been thinking something was wrong with us and everybody looking at us like we've got a problem. No wonder people are wound up, worked up, and upset. It's stressful out here and it's sickening. It's time to come up out of this so we don't go crazy.
We have to recognize the true cause, the root of what's wrong with somebody. Working not to address the symptoms, but to address the cause. Be alive and well. Join this movement at aliveandwellstl.com.
Rare Gem Productions proudly presenting the positive.
We're going beyond. Welcome to this edition of Going Beyond. I'm your host, Chris Krehmeyer, President and CEO of Beyond Housing. On today's show, we're going to talk about home ownership, but we're going to talk about home ownership particularly in one geography here in the region, a place we like to call 24-1 and the boundaries of the Normandy School District. Joining me on today's show to tell us about some great opportunities to live out your dream of home ownership is Nicole Wiseman, the 24-1 Community Land Trust Rehab Manager. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
So community land trust, right? Not something that's known by everybody in the region. Could you describe a little bit about, what a land trust is and in particular, what is the 24-1 Community Land Trust? And then we'll talk about an exciting event that's just around the corner.
Okay, sure. You're right. There's not a lot of community land trusts in the region. There are a few in Missouri, one in Springfield and Kansas City that started up about the same time as ours, which started up in 2011. The purpose of a land trust is to really provide land oversight for the community. So what happens is the 24-1 Community Land Trust was established as a supporting mechanism for Beyond Housing to realize its mission of making entire communities better places to live.
So what happens is folks are interested in buying a home. They'll buy the home, but the land trust will retain ownership of the land. Sounds a little different than conventional home ownership, but in this scenario, what it does is allows the community to keep the land in its control and keep it affordable long term. The other interesting about our land trust, and we'll talk more about this in a second, is it's the only place you can buy a piece of property where you're going to get a guaranteed return on your purchase. So, Nicole, talk a little bit about if someone buys a 24-1 Community Land Trust home, how on earth could there be a guaranteed return on the purchase of that home?
It sounds too good to be true, but it is true. And so how it works is from the time you move in, you instantly gain equity in your home at 1.5% interest based on the purchase price. So let's break that down. If you were to buy a home for $100,000, in 5 years' time, you would earn $7,500 based on your investment. That's pretty good.
And it's guaranteed. So
Guaranteed.
Because the land trust is going to buy your property back.
Right. When you're ready to move on, we will buy the house back.
1 year, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years?
Anytime.
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about the work that's been done to date. So in the 24 footprint, again, which is the boundaries of the Normandy School District, I believe the Land Trust has either built or purchased and rehabbed 23 single-family homes that have been purchased by Land Trust homeowners. So there is existing folks that have been doing this for almost a couple of years now. So it's not absolutely brand new. So if people are interested in learning more about it, again, they will not be the first ones that have done this in St. Louis or, quite frankly, across the country.
That's right. Also, if people are wanting to learn more about the program, we invite them to come out to our monthly orientations that we're going to be holding. And we just started one last week and had a pretty good turnout of 21 people. So it's a good way to come out and find out what the Community Land Trust is doing in the 24-1 footprint.
So if somebody is listening, has interest in hearing about this home ownership opportunity, this one where you have the guaranteed return on your investment, what should they do?
They should contact Ava Smith. She's our 24-1 Community Land Trust steward, and her number is 565-4932.
And then this coming Saturday, there'll be an open house. Can you talk a little bit about the open house and what's going to happen there?
Sure. It's one of our last homes. Actually, it's the last home that we had for sale. It's located at 4011 Beechwood. It's being held from 1 to 4.
And Beechwood's in what city?
It's in Pine Lawn, and it's new construction, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and we just wanted to have an opportunity for everybody to come out and take a look at the kind of construction that we're doing and hope to do in the future.
So 4011 Beechwood is in Pine Lawn. There have been 41 new homes that have been built within about a 3-block radius of this site, but it's also right down the street from Barack Obama Elementary School. I think it's a 3-year-old school in the Normandy School District. And we've also done another 41 units of owner-occupied home repair, again, in and around where this particular home is located. So there's a lot of activity around this particular home. So again, it's a unique opportunity. So if folks want to come out again, the time and location?
This Saturday, 4011 Beechwood, 1 to 4, everybody is welcome.
And they'll get to walk through the house?
Sure.
And if they're interested on the spot, what could they do?
Myself and Ava will be there. We'll have applications on hand, and so we can get everybody going in the process if they're interested.
So, Nicole, you've been, talking to folks about the Land Trust for a couple years now. Talk a little bit about some questions maybe folks have asked or some misconceptions or things that you've heard from folks either before they wound up buying a home or after they wound up buying a Land Trust home.
I would say there's a few things that came up frequently, one of them being the ownership of the land staying in the Land Trust. So once people understand that that's something that stays in the community and the Land Trust provides oversight over the use of that land, and I think that people come to the realization that it's really something that they have ownership in, that the oversight will be maintained by the CLT board, which consists of CLT homeowners and people that work in the community as well as yourself.
So again, it's a different and interesting model. So again, there's this notion of the stewardship is the language, but it's really about how do folks who live and work in this community ensure that the land and the house are being used for community benefit. So folks know the Normandy School District has been struggling and that they know some of the communities where homes are being developed have had some challenges. So if you're interested in being part of something bigger than yourself, if you're interested in having an investment that will give you a guaranteed return, 4011 Beechwood this coming Saturday might be a place you want to be. Nicole, tell me a little bit more about the quality of the homes, the type of homes that have been produced today. You can talk specifically about 4011 Beechwood, but maybe talk a little bit about some of the other homes. So even if 4011 is not right for you, the Land Trust will be continuing to produce some additional homes if folks are interested.
Right. So we are in the process of trying to gather some information from people that don't live in the community but maybe would like to move in to see what areas that they're interested in and the amenities that they want. Do they want new construction or a rehabbed house? Do they want 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, just the basic things that people are interested in, and make sure that we do that the next round of houses that we build or rehab.
The other great thing is if folks are interested, then they'll also be able to talk to the folks at Beyond Housing Financial Advisement Program to, again, help them walk through what it will take to be a successful homeowner, whether you buy a Land Trust home or otherwise.
That's right.
Let's talk a little bit more about, what the Land Trust is trying to produce. So if somebody comes and they see this beautiful house and they say, okay, this is great, but, I'm not sure this is right for me. What are some of the things that you and Ava will be talking to them about, the virtues of the 24-1 Community Land Trust?
The benefits per se,
yeah.
Obviously the investment is one thing, but it also opens up an avenue for them to have access to any of the Beyond Housing services and programs that we have available. So it's something that we're hoping that through our partnership with other departments, we're going to know what's going on with other programs so that we can recommend that to our homeowners.
So for instance, if by chance you have some sort of financial problem and you fall behind on your mortgage, folks could then be sent to the foreclosure prevention staff at Beyond Housing. As one example. Mm-hmm. Or if you're interested in an after-school program, that again, you could be sent to Beyond Housing after-school program or other after-school programs in the 24-1 footprint.
That's right.
One of the other things that, again, is a unique characteristic of what we're trying to do with the land trust is that as dollars get generated by the land trust, there is a set aside to help provide the highest quality pre-K services for everyone living in a land trust home and everyone living in the 24/1 footprint. Kind of a unique spill-off of a home ownership opportunity. Just describe a little bit about, kind of what's the thinking behind that.
Well, that's one of the commitments of the Community Land Trust is to provide daycare opportunities and pre-K education opportunities for people that live in the footprint. So I think the way that it's done is a smart way. Part of it is done through the mortgage payment of the CLT homeowner. So they're providing an opportunity within their community to support other programs and services.
So if someone's listening right now and they're thinking, I don't know if homeownership's right for me, I'm not sure about that particular community, that whole not owning the land, that seems a little, I'm not sure. What's your guidance and suggestion to them?
I would say definitely call us. Every situation is different. We'd love to hear your questions and concerns and talk about it. And then also the orientations will be a good opportunity to come out and talk about things and get things out there.
And Nicole, you've worked on a number of different programs all around home. Mm-hmm. What's your sense about what, being a homeowner, becoming a homeowner does for a family?
Well, I really think it really is the biggest investment you'll make in your life. It also makes you feel that you have pride of ownership. You're part of something big. And so I think that moving towards homeownership is a very good thing for people to look into, even if you feel like you have obstacles to overcome. What we're here to help you with is to talk through that. Maybe you have some credit issues. We're going to sit down and talk to you about how to repair those. Or maybe you just need a savings plan, and we're going to make recommendations on how to do that as well.
So one more time, there will be an open house this Saturday. Give our listeners the details on how to get there, who to call. If you can't make it Saturday, but you're still interested, what should they do?
Contact Ava Smith. Her number is 565-4932. The open house is Saturday from 1 to 4 at 4011 Beechwood in Pine Lawn, kind of at the corner of Jennings Station and Vetter.
Fantastic. Nicole Wiseman, the 24/1 Community Land Trust Rehab Manager. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks, Chris.
We're going beyond.
Going Beyond is a presentation of Beyond Housing, helping entire communities become better places to live with Rare Gem Productions. Proudly promoting, presenting, and producing positive programming.
Neighborhood is where you live, and we want to keep it strong and vibrant. This is Chris Kremeyer with Beyond Housing. We are going beyond.
Chris Kremeyer, President and CEO of Beyond Housing. Located at 4156 Manchester. Phone number 314-533-0600. The only organization in the St. Louis region that offers access to affordable housing. Wherever we work, our goal is to help transform people, families, and communities so that they achieve the skills, strategies, resources, and commitment to succeed for the long term. See our work at beyondhousing.org. Podcast for Going Beyond can be heard, downloaded, and shared by visiting hallelujah1600.com. Listed under the music tab, on demand. Going Beyond is another positive production of Rare Gem Productions.
So, as usual, we always start off asking our guests, what does it mean to you to be alive and well in STL?
I guess it means to be alive is to be healthy, to be happy, and to be blessed with the life you've been given.
For me, it means to be trying to take advantage of all the healthy opportunities that St. Louis has to offer and to find that balance of work and life.
Alive and well in STL to me means not just waking up every day, but waking up with a purpose, doing something, and doing something a little different every day, but all things working together for that which is important to you.
Building a healthy community is where we talk about and begin recognizing some of the factors that go into becoming healthy. Whether it's some of the simple things like taking walks, healthy eating, or of course, stop smoking. But other things that you may not think about, like meditation and mindfulness, breathing exercises, and yoga. It's great to be alive and well. Join this movement at aliveandwellstl.com.